Hey yo,
Hey, what up?
Rav out here still looking for his snare and shit.
Hey, Raph, I think I found it!
I think Square found his snare and shit. Intros are easy.
Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. Today we are here. We're talking about a new album, the first album from Exociety in 2020, Skin. The first trio album, actually, with Kill Bill, Rav, and Square.
Square went hard on this album.
Oh, yeah.
This is really solid. It's really, really good. And we had just talked about this the other day, Danny. Like, you know what? I feel like, we felt like there was going to be a new Square coming out, and we had a feeling it was going to be with the whole gang. And you know what? They did a fucking badass job.
Oh, man, dude.
Hell yeah. So, I hopped in the live stream when they premiered it, and I was in the Discord. Usually, when they premiere something, they hang out in voice chat on Discord. But it's only them talking because that's how they have the settings for that one voice channel. Because, man, there's a lot of people that show up, man. There's too many people. Like, Discord was lagging pretty bad before we switched over to the main channel. Yeah, no, like it was skipping better than hopscotch over here, dude. As you could guess, if you're fans of Bill and Rav and Square all of EXO, this was they were recorded all these tracks during their trip to Texas for EXOasis. They were out there for a few weeks, and how often are they going to see Square in person? So they decided to record a bunch of music together, and just like Solar Flare, they're like, "Oh, hey, we actually have a lot of tracks here to make a whole album." So they went ahead and did that. Produced by Bill, Rav, and Square on most of the tracks. There was 2 tracks. Worth is produced by Gold Midas, and Down.exe is produced by Driver. But everything else is the boys. I think Rav is the one that mixed everything together. In the description for the album here is, what do an Asian kid born in the Soviet Union, a Brazilian kid born in Oklahoma, and a kid from a rural South Carolina have in common? Anxiety.
Oh,
yeah, classic Exociety right here. And the album cover is also a photograph that Rav took during his trip in Japan when he was out there for a month.
Yes. The aesthetic Japan photos.
The sun was just hitting that building with the perfect amount of light, and so he had to take that photo.
Nice.
There was also CDs, of course, and the interior art, I believe, is also the photographs he took over there too.
I remember, I got off of work at 6 o'clock, and at my work, there's, no reception until I walked to, the Burger King in the same lot. And I got your text saying, "Hey, yo, new album drop." I'm like, oh, shit, I just got off. And, right when I got home when I walked home, there was, they said, "Oh, yeah, physicals are up." I'm like, I got a cop right now.
Nice. So this is a 7-track album. It's about 27 minutes.
Longer than the other one.
Yeah, well, the other one was an EP. Yeah, so that one was shorter for sure.
So what's your favorite track on the album?
For me, it's Through the Fog, easily.
I gotta go with Celadon.
I'm going to go with Down. It's between Down and Belong, for sure.
Celadon has that beautiful sax in it. Ooh, man.
Yeah, it's real nice, real nice.
And then I love the little reference that Square said, nothing but X's and O's. EXO, and I'm like, oh, I get it.
Mm-hmm. So this album's called Skin, right? It's such a weird title for hip-hop albums, right? It's not really something, especially with EXO, it sounds very unique to itself, and they talked about it in the Discord, and it's actually here in the description of the album. It's a representation of gradual change over time, change in the sound of their music, the way they view the world, and the ideals they value, gradually shedding old truths for new ones while fine-tuning their perspective. And that's very true with this album. This whole album sounds very different from what they usually do. And I thought Solar Flare was like, they're starting to change their boundaries a little bit with their music and how they're going with it. And here they kept pushing it further, and I think that's why it took me a while to really start enjoying the album, because I'm like, yeah, this is it's interesting, but I was like, I kind of wanted more of the old stuff, especially with Square. Just because the way he goes off on his tracks before were really hard, but after digging in this album a good while, it's like, no, yeah, this is great stuff.
It's I remember I called the last album, their EP, like a summertime album. I'm like, no, this is like a perfect like nighttime album. I was listening to it on the way back home one day, and I'm like, oof, man, this fits in with like the nighttime really well. Like, I really enjoyed this album, and I've had it on repeat these last couple of days.
Yeah, same. I've been deep diving hard in the album, just trying to get a feel for it. And, at the end of the day, I get very, like, underground hip-hop vibes from, like, the mid-2000s with this album.
Definitely agree with you on that one.
Just the way, like if you just showed me this album and you could have put, like, hey, this came out, like, 2007, I would probably believe you. It doesn't feel like something that comes out now.
Oh,
and,
gotcha.
I think that's what I like about it, like how unique it is when it comes to that.
I feel like this is a really good start to EXO as a whole, for 2020, really starting off extremely strong with this new sound. I'm totally with it.
Yeah, really solid stuff. And this is not the first thing, if we're talking EXO for 2020, with there was 2 singles that dropped earlier this year as well. Arrow dropped one a few days before a Skin dropped, actually. It was called The Pleasure Is All Mine, and then Square also dropped a single, These Words Again. Listening to that one, I really like that track from Square. It's very classic Square, and that's why I was like a little like taken away off of this album, because I'm like, yeah, he's not really going his traditional route, and he actually did say that on Twitter the other day too. But yeah, Half-Life is definitely classic Square vibes, and I'm like, heck yeah.
Dude, the one thing I liked about this album made me happy that Rav found his snare.
But
Well,
he didn't find his
hi-hat.
Yeah,
He didn't find the snare?
no. If you keep listening to the opening and Worth, it turns out it was a hi-hat that Square found.
Oh, never mind. Damn.
And that was another interesting thing about this album, that it's that it has skits as well, just like in Solar Flare. Also, adding on to the story of where is Rav's snare.
Dude,
Didn't find it.
what was the whole thing with the intro with the jalapenos and the hot sauce?
I'm still trying to make sense of that.
Yeah, I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, I don't know if this is from a skit or they had somebody do this, but I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere they found online. That, and I think it's after Down or Worth. They also have another clip in there, and I'm like, this is like MF Doom style stuff that they're doing right here.
Ha 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 ha. Wait, why am I laughing? I have depression.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something from like Space Goes Coast to Coast.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I like how like every time they come out with an album, it's always like instantly #1 on Bandcamp for like a couple of weeks and like or months or so.
Oh yeah, I mean when the live stream was going, there was like a good 500 people there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if physicals are already sold out.
As we're recording, right now it's the 29th of February. They still have copies left, but
oh wow,
they're probably running out fast. I guess.
Let me see merch.
But I caught mine right away too.
Oh yeah, as soon as the stream ended, I refreshed the X Society page, and sure enough, it was there.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah.
You're upset at us because we haven't gotten the Sorry to Bother You physicals yet.
Oh no, dude, I already got mine, man.
Well, you
No,
did?
I have mine. Yeah. There's
Right when that dropped, I picked that up. I was like, oh hell no, I'm not sleeping on this one.
Mhm. There's also still copies if you need it, Grant, on X Society.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
haven't sold out yet.
Shit. Okay, hold on. Well,
Also, I
Yeah.
will tell you, Grant, if you didn't get the New Moon vinyl, probably get that before that thing's completely gone.
aw, dude.
But yeah, they dropped the New Moon vinyl this year, and it's pretty nice.
Nice. Hell yeah. Anything special with it, or?
No, it's just a vinyl.
Okay.
Uh,
What color is the vinyl?
It's black, and then the
Black.
label is pink.
Ooh, nice. Skin, though. Yeah, I do like all the songs, but Celadon is my most favorite.
I also like the way that it just kind of progresses. You know, it starts off with their skit, and then it also ends off with the skit. But it's a fun time. It takes you through its own little story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's, again, I think it's like the perfect night album. That and like New Moon.
it's got Ramona feels to it.
Mhm.
Because I believe it was Ramona, right? That also had the last Pokemon song.
I believe so.
Yeah, because and I guess Beneath the Toxic Jungle had Lavender Town as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. You know what's funny about this track though, Grant? I don't want to put
What's
you on
that?
blast, but I thought it was funny at the end how Rav was telling people how to pronounce his
Yeah,
name.
it's not Rav. It's not Rav. Rave.
It's Rav. R.
It's Rav.
Yeah.
That's why I said Rav earlier, and I'm like, okay, you got me there.
Did you dumb, man?
I know, I'm stupid.
Yeah, that was funny. I was just like, oh yeah, I guess a lot of people do say Rav.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they do. There's no accent though on like the A. That's why.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So what's funny about this album was when I first listened to Worth, right, the opening track to this, I couldn't help but get very distracted with the hook because it sounds very similar to a parody song that Tom Segura played on his podcast, Your Mom's House. Because you know the fans of that show, they'll make songs out of like the memes they'll share out of these TikTok videos. And the hook sounds almost exactly like this song, and I couldn't get it out of my head listening to that to it. So I was like, "Oh God, this is funny." Yeah.
I'm going to be listening to this one for a while, and then when summertime comes around, I'm going to be listening to the one before.
Oh, the
Solar Flare.
Solar Flare, yeah.
Nice.
I can't get over this album. It's so good.
It's nice. It's a big surprise, right? For Down with that. I believe it was a new Jabe sample in there, right?
They did?
No. I actually found the sample for it. Hold on.
Oh,
Give me
okay.
a second.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, because I heard that sample. I'm like, no, I've heard this sample before. I'm pretty sure in down.exe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's from Samurai Champloo, if I heard that right. Because I've heard it before in other songs. Like Kadesh had a song about Samurai Champloo, and he used that same. Oh man, Breathing Underwater. This song, it definitely.
That one was a good one too. That was my second favorite.
Not only is it a good one, but this is what I'm talking about with like mid 2000 vibes. Because listening to the instrumental, I can't help but keep thinking of that time back in the day when I would be on YouTube looking up hip hop instrumentals, and I found Japanese hip hop instrumental, you know, and it sounded like very
flute?
similar to this.
Oh,
All right. I found the it's Sleep Dealer Rolling Papers. That was one for Down.
Oh, okay.
What's it called again?
I'll put it in the chat right now.
Oh, from Mushishi.
It is? Well, they've used Mushishi, they sampled Mushishi before, but that was like dialogue. That's surprising.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. No, that's just the visuals for the video here.
I was not going to go to sleep until I figured that out.
Oh, but that's not the part I'm talking about, though.
Oh no, this is the one from Down.
No, I'm talking about the second sample, though. When you at a minute and a half, that's definitely like Nujabe Samurai Champloo stuff.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, but that's cool, man.
My bad, dumb kid over here living under the rock.
No, I forgot it has two types of instrumentals there. But yeah, that first half of Down definitely feels like early underground LA hip hop, like specifically, you know, because I remember my uncle would bump his friend's music, and it sounded a lot like that.
It does definitely give off some New Jabe's vibes. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a new Jabe's sample.
I'd have to look through it because I have all of his albums. Because I know, like when they sampled Sleep Dealer, they sped it up a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one you could tell like they probably got the MIDI for it, and they played it using different instruments and all that, and it sounds a little bit slowed down. So that's probably what they did to get around the copyright thing on YouTube for the stream. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from Samurai Champloo because again, Kadesh did a Samurai Champloo song, and it sounds a lot like that one.
Let's go back to the classics for all the good stuff, man. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, big surprise for sampling wise because I don't think they've really sampled anything big in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely since like before New Moon, I think.
Well, the first song, New Moon, they sampled that from City Girl.
Well, no, that's not a sample from City Girl. That is City Girl.
Oh, okay, that is City Girl. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, last time Bill was on the show, we talked about that. But yeah, good stuff, man. You could stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, I don't know if it's on Tidal or not.
I was very surprised that when you made the story about about their album on Instagram, it was already up there.
Yeah, it was up on Spotify, like halfway into the stream.
Oh, okay. So if it's on Spotify, then it's going to be on Instagram when you make those stories.
No, yeah, the Instagram music for the stories is from Spotify.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, but it's not everything though. Like you can't find anything of Rav's really unless it's Solar Flare or Skin right here, or like some features he's been in. Same with
Okay.
Bill on Instagram. You can't really get any of the old stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's Instagram music is weird when it comes to that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man, this is a great way to start the month, to start the year as well for EXO. Looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do.
I'm just hoping we get some West Coast shows, man.
We need to go to the East Coast and see Aerospace live, because I know he lives in DC.
Yeah, I know he talked about trying to come down to LA at some point for a show. So just gotta hope for that one. Also hyped because of his Senjokorohara. Is that how you say it?
Senjo
Is it-
Gahara.
Yeah, Zen Shokuhara Volume 4 is supposed to be dropping this year.
Bruh.
So that's got me pretty hyped.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah. And with Square as well, he's still planning to drop at least one more project, solo project though. And like I said, he was on Twitter the other day saying like he's gonna try to do some different stuff. And he showed it off here, and I thought, yeah, this is pretty fine. I like the little changes he's doing. And that's what I like. I think that's why I like Skin a lot, is because it's a balance of them trying out new things. Because they're not only are they producing, but they're trying new styles with their music, but also getting back to classics. Like there was one track that I'm like, oh, this is like old school Bill right here with the way he was using his verbiage.
Yeah, you're right, though. They are changing, but it's for the good, though.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I'm still a little surprised that Skin sounds so different from what from like, you know, like the classics like Ramona and Beneath the Toxic Jungle, because for a long time
Change
that's how.
can be good, though.
Oh no,
Change is
yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, like, you know, I like Solar Flare, and that's a little bit different. But yeah, just still surprised. 'Cause I'm like, oh, you know, like classic Bill and Rav stuff, and like here's Square, you know, classic Square. I like that a lot too. So I figured that's what we were gonna get.
So, at the end of the day, what do you give this album?
I give it like an 8.
I give mine a 9 out of 10. I really enjoy this album.
I'd say about 8.5. Stick in the middle with it. It was
Yeah.
really good. It was really well done, very well produced. I like the scratchiness at the end and how clean it is in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was really good. It's just a fun time.
It is nice to see a different type of energy when it comes to this album, right? Because compared to Solar Flare, like oh, this is bumping, you know. And here
Mhm.
you're like, oh yeah, just kick back and chill, you know. They never really had a lot of projects like this. So it's really refreshing. Like you said, Grant, like to play in the PM times.
Like, this is some shit I listen to, like, swimming at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but of course, I think overall, Rav has my favorite bars throughout the album. That boy could just go so hard. That's why I like Through the Forest so much, because man, when he starts his verse like that, gosh.
Mhm. I'm glad Square is getting more exposure, too.
Yeah, I was watching the stream for Ex Oasis and seeing him there. I was like, man, this is really cool, man. To have Square show up and, you know, people really digging the music, and then him dropping that single earlier this year. Because it's been a while since there's been new Square music. I think the last time he dropped something, it was either his collab project with No One Important, or it was him doing the remix for No Better off of Drop Season. And then, because other than that, it was just he did a hook. He did 2 hooks for one on New Moon and one on Solar Flare.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's cool to see him get into the studio in the closet, you know, and spit those bars.
Sorry to go off topic, but I finally finished Spider-Man 3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyway, though, yeah, I give Skin a 9 out of 10. Like Adam said, and I said, perfect album to listen to in the PM. Moon's coming up, pretty dark. You're walking home. This is an album I'm going to listen to when I go back to Japan again. Fuck.
There you go. There you go.
This is very big. Let me have a glass, some nice scotch, sit outside.
I wouldn't say
Listen to the world.
See, with Scotch, I feel like that's more like not lo-fi hip-hop jazz. I would say Scotch is more like jazz. This is more like...
I would go with Scotch. A nice smoky one.
I'd actually
Yeah,
go
sounds
with gin
good.
and tonic with this one.
I could see it. I could see it.
I gotta say, I'm a fan of the skits in here as well. Especially the one after Bill fell into the water. The argument him and Rav had was so good.
Oh my god. That was great.
It really sounded like they all had a good time with it. You could just feel the energy.
Oh, and also, again, another album without the classic Kill Bill ending.
Oh, with the hearts from Zelda.
Yeah, that's not in here.
Do it. I feel like that's only his solo albums.
It was a New Moon.
Oh, it was a New Moon? Okay.
Yeah. Personally, it's not a big deal for me. It's just like, that's what I noticed. And I'm like, oh, they usually put that in the, at the end of the album. Also, one thing with this album too, like, even though their skits are in here, it doesn't really flow as, seamless as, previous albums used to. I found that interesting.
It doesn't transition well as others?
Yeah, like if you go to New Moon and if you go to, the older work, like Ramona too, like it flows in seamlessly. And of course, a bunch of other rap stuff, really does that well too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. It's mostly, again, just skits and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I think it's like what Rav said in the Discord, where it was just like, oh, look, we have a bunch of songs we recorded. It's enough for an album. It's like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think, it plays out better like that, because just like in Solar Flare, they said, like, this is basically our experience in LA. And that's why it feels different. And I'm like, oh, this is great, And then here in Skin, it's like, well, this was us hanging out with Square in Texas, trying to think of the future for EXO. And yeah, I think that's great. That's why it's also called Skin, right? Because Skin's ever changing, so they have to keep pushing forward to keep it fresh, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think that's all I really have to say for Skin. Just go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely check it. Great album.
This is just, I think this is one everyone should definitely check out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to be checking it out more as we go along the year, just waiting for new content. Yeah, so like I said earlier, stream it on Spotify, Apple Music. I think it's on Tidal. I'm not sure. They also have the stream up on Chibi Chubby, their channel. And then you can stream it on Bandcamp as well. Remember, it's pay what you want. And or you could grab the CDs if there's still any out there. So thanks, guys, for swinging by and listening. Remember, Unversed Podcast anywhere on social media. If you want to stay updated with the latest episodes. And you can email us, unversedpodcast@gmail.com. What did you guys think of the album? What's your favorite track? We would like to hear your thoughts on that. Thanks as always, and we'll catch y'all on the next episode.
Used to wonder how to cope, ponder how to float. How do I adult? Climb inside the boat. Why do I emote? My kaleidoscope stuck inside the blows. Can't deny my role. Others thrive, I don't. I feel tired, yo. I need Tylenol. Look, I'm not likable. I'm unreliable. That's undeniable. Nope. Turns out once the curtain's down, the tooth fairy's dead and their words cast out. Childish bricks in the dirt glass house. Ash and wings that can turn past clouds. Turn back now. The illusion isn't worth it. They will fail to reach the sky, give up, then claim to choose the surface. For some, the ego wins the crown, but there is no descending. So once the guilt goes down, what's left is but resentment. I'd rather be what I'm about and choose not to defend it. Don't strive to please nobody now, so